Okay, if you remember before, I was talking about this pattern possibly having too much ground color, and that any background I put behind it is just going to pop, or it's just going to be too. Let's show you very quickly. It just stands out way too much. No matter what color I put behind it, it's always going to be almost like it's floating too much. So what I'm going to do is I printed this page out on my printer on an A4 page, just something small, and I got a pen and paper and literally started to work back into it. So for example, here we go. My printer's a bit crap at the moment, so forgive me. See here, it's not very good print. And all I've done is basically got a pencil and just started to draw in parts I like to kind of cover up the background, so we've got a bit more of a less space in the background. And I've just done this with just a pencil. And now I'm going to use this as a template by going back into the one I printed off, which is here. And because this one has all of my layers, no it doesn't. Oh dear, okay, I have to find one which has layers, because what I'm going to do is basically take these leaves and position them where these ones should be and rotate and transform them to make sure that my print will end up looking like this. In other words, this layout just here. So I'll show you the final step of that. Okay, here we go. As you can see, we have this print here. Let's get into the layers. Let's move this over here for you. Okay, so we have our original print, which is all one layer, and we have our scanned in image with the new aspects we want to add to it. And then over here we have our document where all of the layers are visible, or they're all unlocked. So I can just go to this layer, move this leaf around, or take this one and move this one around. Okay, this one's linked, but that's fine because I can just unlink them. And then now you can see I can move the leaves around. So I'm going to start dragging and dropping these into here and start to move these around. Okay, as you can see, hang on a minute, as you can see I've now put in all of the leaves. However, at the moment I'm missing these branches here and all over the place, and also this kind of bramble or blackberry kind of motif here. So I've got to do two things. First of all, I've got to find a brambly or a blackcurrant, whatever you call it, image that I can download probably from the internet that I can use to put in here. And also I need to get this into Illustrator so I can start doing some very smooth vector lines here, and then hopefully turn them into this kind of worn, jaggedy kind of edge. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm just going to save this. Obviously a big file. That's the problem with this kind of stuff. If you're doing prints, you've got to have a reasonable amount of power behind you. This computer's not amazing, but it can cope a little bit, because this print is 196 megabytes, but a potential of 503. So it's not massive, but you know it's pretty big. So I'm then going to basically, what is this? This is adding leaves 1. Okay, I'm going to close this down. I don't need that anymore. Close that down. And close down Photoshop. I'm going to bring it into Illustrator first of all to add these vector lines. Okay, here we go. So let's just close this down. Let's open up. Okay, so here's adding leaves 1. We'll just flatten all this because we're going to use it as a template to create these vector lines. So here we go. We're going to take off the fill.